Playing a fighting game for the first time can be pretty difficult. With so many characters on the roster, it's definitely hard to choose the one character to start out with. And I don't want this to be your experience with Street Fighter, so I put together this top 5 character for beginners to help you have an easier time playing this awesome game. What's going on, guys? My name is MadDoggGames and welcome to my top list series. And if you guys are new to the series, I'll go ahead and drop a playlist down below to my other videos, so you guys can check it out after this one. Now, characters in these games are very diverse, but some are easy to learn how to control and use due to their easier combos, mechanics, speed, etc. Before I begin, I have a quick disclaimer for you guys. Just know that this is all about how easy the character is to pick up and not to master. There is a difference. Anyways, if you guys are new to Street Fighter 5 or are trying to find some easy characters to learn, I will start with these top 5 characters. Starting off on our list at number 5 is ChunLi. ChunLi is on this list because of her great poke options and great mobility. ChunLi is the first lady of Street Fighter 5 and one of the strongest characters in this game. That is maybe due to the fact that she is one of the fastest characters in this game, has tools for most situations, and one of the best V-triggers in Street Fighter 5. Although she can be played in the highest level, her V-trigger makes it easier for beginners to get a massive damage in and giving a fighting chance. Not only that, her pokes have pretty good range. This gives beginners a great tool to take advantage of. As ChunLi, you already have some advantage against other characters when it comes to footsies. Once ChunLi V-trigger is activated, ChunLi inflicts a lot of damage from her attacks. Instead of one hit, she deals 2 hits while on her V-trigger. This opens up new combo potential and a great tool for pressuring and building stun. Even though some of her high damage combos are hard because of her spinning bird kick, and also the fact that she's a charged character, it does not mean you can't give her a try. Once you find yourself practicing and getting better with her, you'll notice that she's really worth it. Next on the list at number 4 is Rasheed. Rasheed is a brand new character to Street Fighter universe. He's a Middle Eastern character who uses the power of wind to attack his opponents. Rasheed is on this list because he's one of the fastest characters in this game and pretty easy to pick up. Since Rasheed has plenty of mobility, this definitely gives you control of the battle. You can try pressuring, zoning, or even doing plenty of cross-up combos to take the advantage. His strings are not that hard to remember, and this can give beginners a comfortable feel for the character. When Rasheed V-trigger is activated, Rasheed brings out a tall whirlwind that covers the entire screen vertically. While the V-trigger is active, Rasheed can use his V-skills, special moves, and high mobility to mix up the opponent and force him or her into a difficult situation. This can definitely give the beginner a slight advantage. With Rasheed's enhanced movement options, he does seem to have a slightly higher learning curve than some of the other characters on this list, because I found myself strategizing for the most part because of his playing style. However, in the right hands, he looks to be a very formidable opponent. Next on the list at number 3 is Ken. Ken is on this list because he's similar to Ryu in some ways. Like Ryu, he stands across the screen and throws fireballs, then use Dragon Punch to punish an opponent who tries to jump over those fireballs. However, Ken is much more harder to use compared to Ryu. That is mainly because of the V-trigger and the new running mechanic Ken has in Street Fighter 5. He is definitely more technical than before, which can make it a little tougher to learn at first for beginners. Although he is harder to use compared to Ryu, he definitely brings things that can make him a good choice for beginners. Just like Ryu, he has a very similar balance kit to work with and has strings that are not very hard to pull off. This again gives beginners all the tools to learn and work with in a well-rounded character. When Ken V-trigger is activated, he dashes forward and gets covered with fire. You'll notice his normal blue fireballs changes into red fireballs. Essentially, everything Ken does becomes faster with less recovery time. His light Dragon Punch is very difficult to punish due to the fast recovery time. His normal attacks are all faster, and his Hurricane Kicks gets a larger hitbox, making it much easier to land cross-up Hurricane Kicks. It's a great tool that can lead up to big damage, but you really have to know when you can activate it. What makes Ken different from Ryu is his ability to rush down an opponent, so if you're looking for someone a little challenging, he is definitely the character for you. Next on the list at number 2 is Birdie. If you like big characters, Birdie is one of the easiest to play. Birdie is on this list because he has very easy combos that can lead up to big damage, and has good zoning options. He is not the fastest character in the game, but some of his basic strategies make it easy to not just keep your opponent out, but punish them for jumping in or to try to force their way in. Now, since Birdie is a big character, just know that some of his attacks will take time to get used to. You'll notice some of his moves are slow and won't immediately come out, like the chain string or when Birdie dives, so I would recommend practicing a little bit before playing online. While Birdie V-Trigger is active, Birdie inflicts considerably more damage and some of his attacks gains new properties, such as additional armor or speed. You'll notice that Birdie walk speed becomes faster, and this can help you pressure and play more offensively. Birdie V-Trigger is good and can give beginners to deal a great amount of damage towards your opponent. Now, Birdie overall is simple to play due to his very simple combo with strings he has. I found him easy to use because he pretty much has one simple way to play him, and that is to zone your opponent and punish them when you get the chance. This makes him another good choice for beginners. Finally, next on the list at number 1 is Ryu, the face of Street Fighter. You find Ryu at the top of almost everyone's first played list, and it's not because he is the most popular character in the game, but because he is more beginner friendly. That is not to say that he is easy to master, but if you're a novice player, learning Ryu should be your first step. Ryu is number 1 on this list because of his well-rounded move list. This gives beginners a balanced kit to work with. His movement speed is pretty normal, which makes him faster than most characters in the game. Ryu attacks does pretty decent amount of damage and is not hard to link together compared to other characters in this game. Once Ryu V-Trigger is activated, this power up Ryu. This makes Ryu gain access to the fireball from third strike. You can charge up the fireball to completely break through your opponent's guard, and it travels much faster than Ryu's normal Hadouken fireball. Fully charged or EX fireball will penetrate all defenses including blocks. This can be a very good tool to break your opponent's block and pressure them. Now, Ryu overall has a simple skill set to understand, yet can be hard to master. His speed, damage output, combos, and health are all in the middle of the scale, making him a great character for beginners. And there you guys go, my top 5 choices for beginners. Character choices are highly personal, and chances are some of you guys won't like any of these characters on this list. If that's the case, let me know about your list in the comments down below. After all, just play the ones you find the most enjoyable. In the end, that's what the game is all about. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed my top 5 and would like to see more, be sure to pause for a moment, and just like learning any new fighting game, I want you to button mash that like button. If you guys have any friends that needs help starting off playing this amazing game, be sure to share this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. My name is MadDoggGames, and I'll see you guys next time.